Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to Fun Friday! We made it through our week. We have been having lots of fun with the honeybee bundle, or at least I have, using lots of fun new techniques which I hadn't really tried before. So today is another one of those techniques that I hope you will give a try. It's definitely easier than it looks. I'll just put it that way. So welcome everybody. Feel free to give this a try at home. Show your projects when you give some things a try that I show. It's always great to see what you make out of these things, and your versions we learn, just like yesterday, right? Remember how Janet suggested we turn the oval the opposite way, and boom, it worked. We were kind of struggling, and it just takes another person to another person's idea to kind of either help us out or give us new ideas. And so I'm the same way. I learn so much from you. So when you give these ideas and techniques a try, show them, post them on my Facebook page. I would love to see them. Especially on Sundays, I have Sharing Sunday. And so any of those creative activities that you do, it doesn't have to be card making, it doesn't have to be even paper crafting. If you've been practicing a poem or playing the piano, that is creative activities that I love to see. Some people bake, not my gift. I'm Ukrainian 100%, but it did not get passed along to me, I tell you. So, like all those things are great gifts, and I love to see what you're up to. So feel free to share those projects on that day, and we all have a great celebration of all the creative projects that we do. So as I said, today is Fun Friday, and there's that honeybee bundle that tears retiring. So if this is something that you found you like this week, I know I'm glad I got it. Make sure you snag it before it's all out. Plus, another perk of getting this stamp set and die set is that if you do, I'm going to give you a package of those free gold faceted gems, and those are also retiring, so you'll want to get those. Might as well get them for free, right? So, or if you already have this bundle, or you just wanted some other things more than the honeybee bundle, you can always just place an order of $60 or more, and boom, I will send you those gold faceted gems. Okay, my little boy Bud here. So what's your blanket over here for? Oh, sakes. You just want to sleep here? No. He likes to be tucked under his blanket. You want to say hello to everybody? Come see. You never get a chance to say hello because you're always being good, and you're always quiet and settled, usually sleeping. Yep. This is the good one. The well-behaved one. Right, Bud? Yeah. So anyways, he wants under his blanket, and he just can't wiggle himself under it properly. So he just stands outside of it, and he goes, and he whines until I cover him up with his little blanket. Right, Bud? Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Here. Okay, let's get you situated so Mama can get her work done. Is that the right way? Or you want it in your bed? Might as well wait till I go live, right? Sheesh. Only been sitting here for, 2 hours. Okay, there, how about that? Here we go. Ready? You go in there. There. Oops, sorry. There you go. Okay, I think we're good. Mama's boy, yes. Kevin can have the girl. She's actually laying there in a little ball quiet, so I'm shocked. That's good. I don't want to wake her up because you know what happens when she gets up. She has to pee and she starts ringing the bell and barking like crazy. Okay. It's been kind of a crazy morning. I've been rush, rush, rush because you know how it works. I do one project and then I'm like, you know, that would look kind of cool like this. So you try that out and things just evolve and evolve and evolve. So that's awesome. So thanks, you guys, for joining me this morning. Good morning. And I see lots of people popping on, and I also saw that some people were sharing, which is awesome. I see lots of you. Eileen, I don't know if I've met you before, so welcome. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're here, and let's have some fun today. So, let me get my screen all ready here. This one, this one, this one. Preview. Go. I'm working on past paper pumpkin kits as I'm watching. Yes. I need to have a paper pumpkin pajama party. and we can do it via Zoom. We can all sit and get our past paper pumpkins done. It's on my list. It's on my list. Tonight, though, I am hosting my first celebration. So those people who purchased from me or my team members who did certain challenges got numbers in that advent calendar box, but I changed it up to look like the poppy box. And so tonight the prizes are revealed. Oh, I'm in Canmore, not Camrose. Close, Eileen, but yes. You're always welcome. Anybody's welcome to stop by. I love company. I'm still new to Canmore, and so, you know, I don't have a whole lot of people that I connect with. I'm kind of in my little art space here and haven't met a ton of people, and of course now it's a little difficult, but anyways. All right. So here's the first card that I made. Isn't it pretty? So today we're going to kind of focus on these fun backgrounds, which I made using acrylic blocks. So we're going to kind of paint with, oh, your sister lives in Radium. Awesome. Nice. Cool. That'd be awesome. We're painting with acrylic blocks today. What do you think? So these colors I chose to use were Bermuda Bay, Pool Party, and Crushed Curry. And I got kind of inspiration colors. Remember this peacock foil? It's retiring. So I wanted to use some of that, the Bermuda Bay. And this just seemed to tie in so nicely. That comes from the Mosaic Mood Designer Series paper. And you know, I just stamped some of those little flowers on there and away we go. I decided to try very vanilla as opposed to Whisper White. I thought it might just be less stark, if you will. So there we go. There's my first card. My second card I did again. Oh, this one. What I did was I inked with daubers onto my block, which I'll show you later, with the daub. Yeah, I think I said that. I daubed on ink onto the acrylic block and then spritzed it with the water, and then I put it onto this is just plain paper. It worked actually just fine, the very vanilla. But I want to show you this comparison. So this, I did the same thing. I daubed on the colors and then I used watercolor paper. Do you see the more intensity of color? It kind of, it really soaks into that paper, and it does what it's supposed to do, right? It's watercolor paper. It's supposed to hold on to grab that liquid and kind of, you know, slurp it up, right? So it does. And I found it makes it definitely more intense color, which I really liked. So for this one, I used a Pool Party card base. I used that Mosaic Mood paper in the background. Here's my piece of watercolor, which I did the same technique as what I did with this one, which worked really well. And then just stamp those flowers again. Remember this bee? So if you missed how to make these bees, it's from Wednesday's class. A great technique we used, and I love them. I'm so glad that I stamped quite a few extras, because then that way I can, use them on other projects, right? So I'm loving it. Lastly, this is just a frame from that Pretty Peacock designer series paper, the foil, and I use the Stitch So Sweetly die to cut this kind of frame out with the scallops, which is so pretty. And then I took a stitched rectangle framelit and cut out the center to kind of make a frame, if you will. So there we go. There's that version. So see, I wanted to see what it was like stamping on paper versus watercolor paper. Okay, and then I had, of course I had this layer that I cut out, and me being Ukrainian, Lisa was talking about me on our live last night. So of course this Mosaic Mood layer that was behind, I thought, I want to cut out the same rectangle as this out of it, because I knew it would be tucked underneath and no one's going to see that it's missing, right? So this ended up coming about because of that. So here's that rectangle of the Mosaic Mood. Here's this rectangle from the inside of that frame. And so what I did was I inked up a piece of watercolor paper. I ran it through the Big Shot with the hive, or the honeycomb, I guess, die to cut out all of these little doodads. I then went back in with Pool Party and cut out another one, but then I just kind of glued them all back in, if you will. Didn't get them quite probably where they were to originally start, but that's okay. It's just kind of the idea, right? It's kind of neat because it's kind of got a lot of texture compared to the other, this is smooth, this is shiny, this is rough. So it's kind of neat texture. The honeycomb die that I originally got these little pieces from, I just actually cut in half and slid them kind of underneath that black layer, and there we go. I love, 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 love this effect on black paper. So if you need a card idea, run a whole bunch of these honeycombs through different colors and kind of put them onto a black cardstock and put all the little pieces back in. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. So that's an idea for you. Okay, so let's get rolling. I'll show you how I did this painting with acrylic blocks doodad here. So I'm going to try some different things. Of course, you know me. We'll see how it goes. May work, may not. You can use all sorts of sizes of blocks. The block that I used for the former cards was block E, so it's about like that size. This one is block I. I want to kind of make a longer strip this time, right? Why not? Oh, and I should have got my the silicone mat. Just because you're spraying with water, your paper gets kind of moist, but anyways, we'll go on. We're fine. I've got my Real Red card base, some Pacific Point. This is kind of colors from the other day as well. Too much work for me to put those little pieces back in. Oh yeah, but it looks beautiful. This is from that, the artistic, no, see a silhouette paper. Yes, that's that. I thought it kind of had the same sort of color. Ooh, that looks pretty too. we shall see what this paper looks like, whether we need this or not. I don't know, I just kind of was looking for. And remember these? There again, I stamped these when we made those cards on Wednesday, having all those colors mixed in. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but the middle one, I put Wink of Stella on the wings. Wowzers, it pops. So I'm going to be doing that with all the other little bees. They're so cute. Okay, moving on. So this is, I didn't see anybody on Pinterest use this technique, but I kind of like it the best because you don't get all inky and dirty. Not that that's a problem, but if I can make a little less mess to clean later, I'm in. Okay, so first let's go with our Pacific Point. Pacific Point, so I've got my dauber, so you're just going to dab it into the ink pad and basically dab it onto your block. And just try to get all the whites or empty spaces filled in. Don't forget along the sides there. Okay, so some will be darker, some will be lighter. Doesn't matter. Okay, then I'm going to move to my, ooh, should I go real, yeah, real red first. Now I'm going to stick with the blues and go blues and then to a red. So this one I've got my Seaside Spray, changing up blues a little. And you know, you can go into the former Pacific Point a little. Has anyone tried this? Give me some hearts if you've tried this technique with painting with acrylic blocks. Get the sides, make sure I got what's there. It's a little lighter than the Pacific Point, so it's harder to see. And now we're gonna go in with the real red. Oh boy. I don't know, we'll see. Red's intense. Doesn't mean we have to have super, super dark. But we could. Okay. Just put a little in there. All right, so we've inked up our block. And now I've got the Stampin', is it a spritzer? Spritzer. And all I did was fill it with water. And I'm going to spritz this thing a lot. I wonder, I think I have extras of these. I have extras. Let's go like this. This will help keep our paper a little drier. I just put one of those page protectors underneath. I have quite a few. That's what I store my paper in. Okay, so really wet it. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. And, ooh, I wonder if I should, no, I'm gonna flip her. I should keep that on there. You know, let's just go. I can always change out my paper. Ooh, I see that blue moving. Let's take some of that off. Here we go. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? Use this foam mat, which is retiring, the paper pierce mat. It makes a greater image because you can give it a good squish. Now I see that I kind of missed some, so I'm just going to lift it up a tad and move it over. Ink this up like so. This side here, it didn't get done. Why not? New techniques in the works. There. All right, done. Isn't it pretty? Now, if you get this big, sometimes you'll get this great big puddle of color. Just take a Kleenex and dab it on there. The only thing is, make sure once you've dabbed, you don't re-dab in the same spot. Otherwise, you're going to get that color transferred where you re-dab it, if that makes sense. So let's get my ring all filthy. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to wipe off this big block now, because you know how ink travels. Okay, now all I'm going to do is get my heat tool and help it along. You could do a whole bunch of these and let them dry. Totally up to you. But let's just move quicker. Okay, so there we go. Let me get this, just fold this over here. It's a little bit wet. All right, so we've made ourselves a cool background. Isn't that neat? And you know, I love how the colors run together and they make new colors. So of course, reds and blues create purple, which is kind of fun. So let's see what we can do here. I don't know. Do I want this on here? I don't think so. It's the wrong kind of red color, isn't it? Do I even have real red? Let me look. Is that real red? Yes, it is. Okay. Looks very bold and bright, but that's okay. I almost wonder. Maybe that's how they made this. Isn't that neat? All right. So here's our little card. And here are my little bees that I'm thinking of. Should I kind of off-center this maybe? Like so we could do. I don't know, we could frame this layer. I don't know if that blue's distracting me too much. And I need a different color. Something's not jiving with me here. What about, since I borrowed its its holder, what about some vellum? If I put some vellum over a vellum layer, might just tone down that blue just a tad so we can still see it, but it's a little less intense, perhaps. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll make it a little bit narrower there. Oh, I see Evelyn's on there. Yes, I did briefly see your message. I will call you back, or contact you, Evelyn. Just rush to get ready for today. But yes, I will contact you today. What do you think? Does that kind of, instead of using white, which I think would be a little too, I think that kind of tones things down a little bit. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my snail tape. I was using the liquid glue earlier this morning and my hands, that's why I was late. My hands were absolutely a disaster. I had sticky everywhere and I had to get out the lemon essential oil to get it off. It's driving me nuts. Okay, see, I have a little piece here that's not quite even, so let's make it be even. Just throw it all in your Stampin' Trimmer and let's trim off just the tiniest, oh yeah, little piece. Probably should have opened that as opposed to, by opening it, I mean I should have went like this. Would have been less, less sheets to cut through at the same time. Anyway, all worked out okay. Now here's my piece of vellum. Now the thing with vellum, of course, is that it shows where your glue is. So just kind of be strategic in where you're going to be placing that watercolor strip. So kind of in the center. So if I run the glue more so in the center, we should be fine. Okay, let's put this right kind of middle-ish. Is it straight? I don't think so. The good thing with snail though is if you put something down and it's not where you want it, you can always go back with dental floss and shimmy underneath, and it will take it right off without warping the paper and everything else. All right, I'm using liquid glue for the watercolor paper because I want it to stick. Snail doesn't really get into the bumps and the grooves if you have a pattern piece of paper or watercolor. So that's why I'm using. Should I do it off center? Sure, why not? Off centered. Oh. I got myself some glue there. That's okay. We'll put a bee there. All right. Let's think about bee placement. Oh, I wanted to use Wink of Stella on the leaves, or on the wings, like I did on the one. This one. Looks so shiny and sparkly. I'm going to put some in this white layer on his bum, too. Let's do that. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. I think that was one of my favorite techniques. And the color combos, oh my goodness. I was so worried. Didn't have to be at all. They came out with such beautiful, beautiful cards. It shocked me. Love it. All right. There, now they'll be all shiny and glimmery. So, where should we put them? I do want to sentiment somewhere, so we may not use the we're bringing in a lot of that white again, red, white, and blue, which I'm not trying to avoid. It's just, you know, very red, white, and blue. What if I used, we also used the Seaside Spray. How about, we didn't give him any fair shakes here on this page, did we? So let's see. Do I have any little scraps? Well, here's an entire card base. It's Friday. It's almost cleaning day for me. Oh, everything gets into a disaster until Friday's kind of, well, actually I usually don't get to it till Sunday, but cleaning day for sure. Let's use something fancier than just a straight across, right? We have so many fun dies. What am I wanting to say first off? Thinking of you, sweet friend. we have the celebrate every moment, which is kind of fun. The thank you and the hello. I think we'll do celebrate every moment. So what would look nice with that? Lisa was playing around with these last night. I thought, oh, they look so pretty. And this one, look at this one, I think would look nice. Perfect. Let's use that one. This is from the Ornate Frames dies. They're a lot smaller than the new, the bigger, larger Ornate Garden dies. Now I probably should stamp first. That would be the smart thing to do. Ooh, do I go black? Do I go gray? Do I go Pacific Point? Let's try it all. See what we think. Okay, so here's Pacific Point. Actually, that's not bad. I like it. What do you think? It's not too overwhelming and kind of, I like it. Okay, let's tackle this little thing. I'm gonna get my little sticky note so it stays exactly where I want it. And if I was a big shot plate, it'd be over here. Forgot this has stitching on it. Cute. I like it. So there. Very nice. Cool. What do you think? I could also, let's see. I could stick this out underneath. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just have that kind of in the background. Scissors. And let's do the Lisa Harden cut. There. Okay. So I'm going to glue this guy. Let's put this onto here first. So I'm going to just run a little bead of the snail tape just to attach that polka dotted tulle. So pretty. I love it. It goes with so many things, right? I'm glad it is sticking around, which is awesome. I'm going to just trim this side a little bit more. Oh, Lisa Harden came on with the Lisa Harden cut. She heard her name, I guess. There. And let's use some dimensionals to put this on. I am stamping, yes, with acrylic blocks. We're making some beautiful watercolor backgrounds. Okay, there's my little celebrate every moment. And let's get these bees out here. I say pop them up as well because they're just a showstopper with those shiny wings. Look at my Mount Everest starting to fall. If I don't leave my, if I go missing, I've been buried in my craft room. Something has fallen on me and knocked me out. It's either plants or lots of craft supplies. Just current Stampin' Up! Products, mind you, but yes, the plants have migrated into this room because I do have the, our grow lights are in here. So if I get sweaty and hot, that's why. It's not because I'm crafting up a storm. Ah, yes. Now, do I put one more down? Or is 2 enough? I think 2's enough. 2's enough. Let's throw on a gold faceted gem. Of course, I'm giving these away. There. I'm giving these away for free when you place an order with me of $60. Or if you get this honeybee bundle, which I know you're going to want because it's retiring. There we go. Isn't that pretty? What do you think? I like it. So that extra honeybee, I am going to keep, and I'm going to actually put it on the inside. I'll put a piece of Whisper White and I'll glue that to the inside. I think that would, kind of tie everything in. And for the envelope, I think I'll stamp that image. I don't think I will do it all fancy like this. I'll just use, probably the blue. I may even use some little bees across the envelope flap just to decorate that up. But of course, all of these pictures and whatnot will be on my blog later today, so you'll get to see what all the finished product looks like. Okay, so there is that first card. We survived. The second card is this. Yes, this one. Yes, because I want to try something different with that. Okay, another technique I saw was that people used the actual re-inkers instead of, say, daubing on the ink with daubers and then misting it. So I kind of wanted to give that a try and see. Another technique people did was that they actually just used the ink pads and just kind of rubbed them on. To me, that's going to wreck your ink pads when they start going into other colors. Wasn't too keen on that idea. Or you can also use your Stampin' Write markers, but I know a lot of people don't have those, and I don't even have them in every color. So I do have the re-inkers for every color. This is our color palette, by the way. I think it's going to be nice and fun and girly. So Melon Mambo, Flirty Flamingo, Rococo Rose, and Petal Pink. So let's try this. Okay, so this one I think can be a little more, I kind of want to get that off there. This one I think you can be a little more free with where you place colors, maybe. Let's see if it makes it extra dark on our paper, or if it's more intense, or what, is it worth using the re-inker, or can we just get away with our daubers? Okay, it's all trial and error, right? If you don't try, you'll never know. And there's always another side of the paper. There's always more paper. So here we go. I'm going to come in with the lightest, which is the Petal Pink. So let's just dot some ink on in random places. It looks like I didn't go too random there. And then Flirty Flamingo. Let's go. They look so similar. It's hard to know where I went the first time. Then Rococo Rose. And then lastly, our Melon Mambo. I think this is going to end up being the showstopper right here. Melon Mambo is such an intense, intense color. Now I don't know if we need this many drops, but we shall see. Let's see. I'm going to be using this size of paper, so maybe I need to get a few more over in the corners here. Kind of went more in a circle as opposed to a square. Okay, so now we are supposed to use our mister, or our spritzer, pardon me, and wet this all up, let it run. Now I really don't want to flip this sucker, so I'm just going to lay it in there and give it a rub. Ooh, I wonder if we're going to end up with dots. See that? Ooh, I don't like that at all. That is very intense. Oh, look at, look at, look at. Ah! I'm not a fan, are you? Some of those re-inkers are definitely thicker than other ones, which makes those dots stay. Well, we tried it. Not a fan. I'll stick with my dauber idea. Definitely less messy. Okay, let's try that again. I'm hoping I still have enough watercolor paper. I'm almost out, and by the way, it's on back order. Okay. Oh, looks like I've just got the final sheet left. So the actual paper is watercolor, so let's try. Let's just use that, I guess. I need the larger. So this one, I guess we have a little more freedom with our sizing. The other ones, if you do go 4x6, then it cuts off. You'd have to turn it the opposite way, and you get a lot of waste. Okay, let's see how this works. Did I do that right? It doesn't look like a 5. There. All right, let's go back to our tried and true technique. I'm going to find the daubers here. We need our melon mambo. Melon mambo. And we had flirty flamingo. Flirty. And we have petal pink and rococo, which I have right here. Okay, here we go. Let's go in with our petal pink first. Remind me if I forget, I need to use that foam mat. Okay, there's some petal. Like the dauber idea as well. Yeah. Crime scene. There you go. Yep. That's kind of what it looks like. And I look guilty. Okay, so we have flirty flamingo now. Get your neighbors all excited because it sounds like you're hammering or something when you're doing this. Okay, let's go with our Rococo Rose. Whoop. Totally misthink that. I can miss this whole throw in some Rococo there. All right, here we go with the intense Melon Mambo. All right, I think we're golden here. It's gonna fit. Maybe a little more. Let's bring some petal paint down at the bottom here. I don't know how, oops, what it'll look like with Melon Mambo, but calm down this edge for sure. Can play a tune. Get out your frustrations. Okay, let's wet this. My foam mat. Don't let me forget. And I want to put this underneath, just because I'm spraying all over the place. Let's actually get this under here right now. Put that there. Okay, we're ready to roll. Are you out of my comfort zone with these colors? Actually, no. These ones are okay. I'm okay. Yes. No, I don't know. I think I do love my Flirty, and I do love Rococo Rose. Melon Mambo is for me, but it's tamed down by all those other colors, so I am quite okay. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna flip this guy. I know, call me crazy. Let's put this down here, and I'm gonna see. A little tongue action. Yep, missed it again. But you know, maybe that's kind of an effect we're going to use. I have a little dribble. Shoosh around. You know, I'm going to lift this up. I wonder if we can see, we still have some color over here. Let's go. Let's add some in there. And just for over, you know, I'm going to wet this a little in hopes that it will actually make what it has already run. I'll just fill in those gaps a little. That's better. Down there, please. Let's just help it. That's weird. That is not planning to go there for some reason. Let's just dip that in there. Sop up some excess. Wow, that Flirty is very non-runny. Interesting. Okay, let me get rid of this. No, let me wipe it first. Anything else droopy? Golden. Okay, let's heat this up. I see I've been lost. Okay, I'm gonna go log myself back in and start again.